Discuss and identify the advantages and whether to resume or suspend. Okay. Okay. Anyway, refer this letter to the Committee on Zoning Infrastructure. So, next item, Madam Secretary.
Next item under first reading is the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Calawag 3.
Okay, so refer this to the Committee on Finance.
Item number 3, the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Kudanding.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item number 4, annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Calawag 1.
Or refer to the Committee on Finance.
So we have no more items under first reading, Your Honor. We'll proceed now to the committee reports. So the committee to report first is the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Okay. Honorable Apiado, the chairman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The subject of the report is the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means, Committee Report number 2024-36. Pursuant to the reference Mr. Chair, pursuant to the referred annual budgets to this committee, the same were forwarded to the Municipal Budget Office for preliminary review. On October 13, 2024, this office received the preliminary review of these budgets addressed to the honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan through this representation, chairperson of the Committee on Finance. Items. We have number 1, annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Sampao. Item number 2, annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay Bual. And item number 3, annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay New Pangasinan. Findings. As per preliminary review, the aforementioned budgets reveal substantial compliance with Republic Act 7160 and its implementing rules and regulations subject to the following conditions as follows. For item number 1, as regard annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Sampao, number 1, the appropriation and utilization of the 5% Local Risk Reduction and Management Fund shall firmly adhere with the provisions of Republic Act number 10121 and Commission on Audit Circular number 2012-002 dated September 28, 2012. Number 2, the development, allocation, and utilization of the GAD planning and budgeting shall be implemented in accordance with PCW-DILG-DBM-NEDA Joint Memorandum Circular number 2013-01 as amended by PCW-DILG-DBM-NEDA number 2016-01. And number 3, the provisions of Republic Act 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations in the procurement of the materials for infrastructure projects or civil works, goods and consulting services, as well as commonly used supplies and materials pursuant to Administrative Order number 117 shall strictly be adhered to. For item number 2, as regard annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay Bual. The capital outlay such as office equipment, IT equipment, and softwares, and furnitures and fixtures with cost below 50,000 pesos shall be recorded as semi-expendable property pursuant to Commission on Audit Circular Number 2022-04 dated May 31, 2022. That the provisions of RA 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations in the procurement of the materials for infrastructure projects or civil works, goods and consulting services, as well as commonly used supplies and materials pursuant to Administrative Order 117 shall strictly be adhered to. And number 3, the monthly honorarium of Sangguniang Kabataan members, including the SK Treasurer and Secretary, shall be in accordance with Local Budget Circular Number 148, dated December 23, 2022. For item number 3, as regard annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay New Pangasinan. Number 1, the amount allocated for personal services intended for honorarium of SK officials shall not be more than 25% of the SK funds. Number 2, the provisions of 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations in the procurement of the materials for infrastructure projects or civil works, goods and consulting services, as well as commonly used supplies and materials pursuant to Administrative Order Number 117 shall strictly be adhered to. And number 3, as per DBM, DILG, NYC, Joint Memorandum Circular Number 1, Series of 2019, the Sangguniang Kabataan, in consultation with the Katipunan ng Kabataan, shall formulate a 3-year rolling plan, which shall be known as Comprehensive Barangay Youth Development Plan. This plan shall be aligned with the Philippine Youth Development Plan and local youth development plans in provincial, city, or municipal level. Accordingly, it is recommended that the respective appropriation ordinance of the aforesaid annual budgets be declared operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025. Further, Mr. Chair, it is understood that these review actions do not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. Finally, in the implementation of these annual budgets, compliance with the existing accounting, auditing, and other administrative rules and regulations shall properly be observed, and the same shall be the responsibility of the concerned implementing barangay unit and Sangguniang Kabataan officials. Recommendations of the committee, Mr. Chair. Wherefore premises considered, the committee hereby recommends for the passing of number 1, resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Sampao involving a total appropriation of 9,813,710 pesos, operative in its entirety, effective January 1, 2025. And number 2, resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay Bual involving a total appropriation of 825,169 pesos and 19 centavos, operative in its entirety, effective January 1, 2025. And lastly, resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay New Pangasinan involving a total appropriation of 479,820 pesos and 60 centavos, operative in its entirety, effective January 1, 2025. We further recommend, Mr. Chair, that these measures be deliberated on second reading to this session. Respectfully submitted by the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations and Ways and Means, Committee Chairperson, yours truly, Committee Vice Chairperson, Honorable Moises L. Dular, and Committee Secretary, Honorable Engineer Marvin L. Dalanon. That would be all for the committee report number 2024-36 of the Committee on Finance, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so any comment from the members? So there's none. Honorable Apiado.
Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of our committee report number 2024-36.
Okay, so the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means. Committee report number 2024-36 is hereby adopted. And the measure be calendared for second reading this session.
So next committee to report is the Committee on Accreditation.
Okay, Honorable Arjen Palyasige is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a committee report on the Committee on Accreditation, Committee Report number 2024-03. Pursuant to the referred matter to this committee, a committee hearing was conducted on December 10, 2024 at 9 o'clock in the morning at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall. Present during the said committee hearing were the officers of the organization and the members comprising this committee. Item, application for accreditation of Experienced Workers Association for Progress in the Philippines Incorporation or EWAP as a non-government organization in the municipality of ISULAN. The Experienced Workers Association for Progress in the Philippines has submitted the following administrative requirements to support its request to the Sangguniang Bayan for accreditation to wit. Number 1, duly accomplished application form. 2, Board Resolution number 1, Series of 2023, and number 1 and 2, Series of 2024. Number 3, Certificate of Incorporation issued by the SEC with a company registration number CN201818902. 4, List of current officers and members. 5, original sworn statement stating that the organization is dealing with environmental, landscape beautification, or barangay greening including technology and leadership training, plus various livelihood programs and projects such as backyard poultry, livestock, and aquaculture. The same is executed to support their application for accreditation in LGU ISULAN. Number 6, Annual Accomplishment Report. 7, Financial Statement. 8, Profile indicating the purposes and objectives of the organization. 9, Copy of the minutes of the meeting of the organization. In view of the foregoing, the committee is of a unanimous decision to approve the applicant's request for accreditation after finding that the same has substantially complied with the requirements that this organization has the same purpose for which it was organized and is not contrary to law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. Recommendation, wherefore the premises considered, the committee hereby recommends passing a resolution approving the accreditation of Experienced Workers Association for Progress in the Philippines, EWAP Incorporation, as non-government organization, civil society organization of the municipality of ISULAN. Further, that this measure be deliberated on second reading this session. Respectfully submitted by the Committee on Accreditation, yours truly as the Committee Chairperson, Honorable Ryan M. Dumaran, Committee Vice Chairperson, and Honorable Maria Jendelyn Mejia as Committee Secretary. That's all, Mr. Chair.
So, any comment? There being none, Honorable Arjen.
Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of my committee report number 2024-03.
Okay, so the committee report of the Committee on Accreditation, number 2024-03, is hereby approved and adopted, and the measure be calendared for second reading this session.
So there are no more committee reports, Your Honor. We'll proceed now to the calendar of business under second reading. So first, we have the proposed measures based on the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
The presence of Honorable Marvin Delanon is recognized, as well as the presence of Honorable Will John Poscablo. Okay, so Honorable Apiado, we are on second reading.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And the measures subject of your committee report is
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I move for a passing of resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Sampao involving a total appropriation of 9,813,710 pesos operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
Second.
okay. So the resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Barangay Sampao involving the amount of 9,813,710 operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
Mr. Chair, I move for a passing of resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Bual involving a total appropriation of 825,169 pesos and 90 centavos operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
Second.
Okay, so the resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Bual involving a total appropriation of 825,169 operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
Mr. Chair, I move for a passing of a resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay New Pangasinan involving a total appropriation of 479,820 pesos and 60 centavos operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
Second.
Okay, so the resolution declaring the annual budget for fiscal year 2025 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay New Pangasinan in the amount of 479,820 operative in its entirety effective January 1, 2025.
So next proposed measure on second reading is the proposed measure based on the committee report of the Committee on Accreditation.
Okay, so Honorable Arjan Palasig is recognized.
Mr. Chair, I move for a passing of resolution approving the accreditation of Experienced Workers Association for Progress in the Philippines Incorporated or EWAP as non-government organization, civil society organization of the municipality of ISULAN.
Second.
Okay, so the resolution approving the accreditation of Experienced Workers Association for Progress in the Philippines Incorporated as non-government organization, bar civil society organization of the municipality of Isulan is hereby approved.
So we have no more proposed measures on second reading. We will proceed now to, I think, Your Honor, we have already exhausted the items in the order of business, but proceed now to the unassigned business. So, Your Honor, we have just received a letter coming from Engineer Cesar Villagomeza of the Relay Construction and Supply. So this is addressed to the Honorable Vice Mayor and Honorable Marvin Delanon. So it says here, gentlemen, greetings May I request to defer my attendance as requested for today's SB session for the reason that we are scheduled to conduct a rebound hammer test in the project. I find it appropriate to attend the SB hearing on your next session, carrying with me the result of the rebound hammer test for your information. So this is signed by Engineer Cesar Villagomesa, the project manager of the Relay Construction and Supply.
Okay. Honorable Dalanon, do you have a scheduled committee hearing today? Wala man, no? Okay. And I think there's no invitation. Kasi itong previous pa. Okay. Okay. So, for information, and but referred to Committee on Infrastructure for additional reference, Honorable Dalan. Okay, any more? So, any unassigned business? Madam Sec?
So, Your Honor, the schedule of our Christmas party for the municipal government of ISULAN is scheduled on December 17, that is tomorrow, at 5 p.m. at the EMR, Coronadal City. So the attire is white in color. Any attire, except there is no wearing of sleeveless, slipper, and shorts. Any white. And your contribution was already deducted, no, sa inyong kuan, which is 2,000 pesos for the Sangguniang Bayan members and department heads, and for those who are occupying division and section positions, section head positions is 1,500 and the rest is 1,000 pesos. And for the JO is 500 pesos. And we have to participate in the TikTok dance contest. So our staff has been practicing since last week, no? And we have to win the contest.
By all means.
By all means, we have to
will
win the contest. So, 500 pesos for the contribution. So, nahatag na siya, and si Vice naghatag 1,000. Yes, Your Honor. By all means daw, madaog kay dako daw ang premyo, which is 50,000 pesos. Sure.
Madam Sec, how about our Christmas party? Christmas party sa office tayo.
So as regards our Christmas party, I don't know if we can make it this month, no? I think the Honorable Vice Mayor has still on mourning, mourn pa siya because of the passing away of his father. Our condolences, Vice Mayor.
Thank you,
And kung daw hindi man ta siguro makalakad.
Kung hindi ka makukaten, kung magdayon kita. Sa Luis, ang daw gabuotan nito nga plan is this coming Friday. Kaya buwas nga itong sa munisipyo mo. Kaya lang I cannot join. Yes, Honorable Apiado.
Mr. Chair, I suggest if can we move the year-end gathering next year, because we understand and we consider the ang situation sa aton nga Vice Mayor and the presiding officer.
Okay, so thank you. But oo. Daw hindi kaya pang attend, boss. Sige, if there are no other unassigned business or other matters, so session adjourned. Pero let's continue discussing our